Izzy Bites. Welcome to the channel. Once again, I am Izzy and welcome to Izzy's Cuisines. On today's menu, we got fluffy Chantilly mashed potatoes. Man, I'm telling you, this is something you're gonna love. Another variation of mashed potatoes that you might not have ever had before. But I'm telling you, try this recipe out and you're gonna love it. It's a casserole dish, not your normal mashed potatoes, and it's something that will add a difference to your taste buds. So let's get into it. Now, the first thing we want to do, of course, is start off with our potatoes. I have 8 potatoes here, but you might want to use 4 because 8 potatoes is a lot, and I plan on making a whole lot. If you live by yourself or if it's just you and your spouse, then you probably want to cut it down to half, which is 4. So remember, cut it in half. Whatever the recipe I have here, you're going to cut it in half. If I have 8, you're going to do 4. If I say 1 cup, it's going to be a half a cup. Okay. So your potatoes, you want to cut them so that they're even. You want them to be large pieces. So you want to cut them into large cubes, because if you cut them into small cubes, you're taking a chance of them turning into a mush, and we don't want that. Now, once we cut them up in large cubes, we're going to take them and we're going to put them in some salted water. Make sure you add like a tablespoon of salt to give it a little flavor, a little boost. Now, after you sit it on the stove, let them come up to a boil. Once they come up to a boil, then you're going to turn them down that they're going to simmer like this and stay at a simmer. Now, for my stove, for me, it takes about 15 minutes for them to become tender. You want them to become tender to a point where the knife can slide in easily and the potato will hold on to it. That's when you know that the potatoes are just right for this casserole. Now we're going to remove our potatoes from the stove and we're going to strain them from as much water off of them as we can. Now, as you see, as I dump them here in the bowl, there's no water. We're going to take our masher, not a blender, but our masher, and we're going to begin mashing up our potatoes. You're going to want to mash them until they're smooth, until you don't feel any more lumps in there. Just know you're going to have to use a lot of elbow power, put some muscle in there to get them potatoes nice and smooth. Now, after we're done doing this, we're going to add in 1 stick of room temperature cubed Land O'Lakes butter. And we're going to add in a little salt. As well, we're going to add in some fresh ground black pepper. And we're going to add in our grated sharp cheese. You can use any cheese that you want to. It could be the yellow sharp or the white sharp, okay? Then we're going to go in and we're going to mash that until that becomes smooth and all those ingredients are incorporated and that cheese is going to begin to melt because those potatoes are hot, all right? Now, once you get them to the point that you feel that they're smooth, you're going to grab a spoon and taste and see if you need any seasonings. At this point, I felt like I was all good, so I went ahead and added in our Parmesan cheese. The sharp cheese that we added in was 2 cups of sharp cheese, okay? And also, we're going in with 2 cups of grated Parmesan Reggiano cheese as well, along with 2 cups of buttermilk. Then we're going to give that a good whisk and we're going to come in and taste it, which I felt like I needed some more grounded black pepper. Now you make that decision what is good to your taste buds, not mine. Now also remember, the cheeses that we added in is salty. You know, cheese has salt in it. So you want to be careful if you add more salt because this cheese that we're putting inside and going to top it off with does have cheese within it, so you want to be mindful of that because you don't want your casserole to be too salty. Okay, after that, we're going to take our spatula and we're going to begin to fold our casserole, our mashed potatoes, our chantilly, and we're going to fold from the bottom onto the top. Okay, we don't want to do any stirring. We want to do more of a folding. After that, we're going to take our potatoes and we're going to set them to the side. And we're going to start working on our cold whipped cream. Okay, we need it to be very cold because we're going to whip it till it comes to a peak. Now I'm using 4 cups of whipped cream, of heavy whipping cream. You may want to use 2 if you're doing half the recipe. All right, so you're going to whip it till it comes to some steady peaks. If you can't do it with your hand, then go ahead and use your mixer, but make sure that it's very cold. Now, getting back to our potatoes here, we're going to cut into the potatoes with our spatula or whatever you have, which is a knife. Okay. Then we're going to take our cold, heavy whipped cream that we just whisked, and we're going to take half of that and throw it into our potatoes, and we're going to start cutting that whipped cream into our potatoes. Okay. Once we get that half all cut into our potatoes, we're going to begin to fold that in as well. Once we get that folded in, then we're going to go in and we're going to take half of the other half of the whipping cream that we have in our bowl, and we're going to add that in and start cutting that in as well. Once we get that cut in, then we're going to take the rest of our heavy whipping cream, add that as well to the potatoes, but this time we're not going to cut them in. We're going to fold them in. Now, the reason why we're doing this technique is because we're trying to keep the whipped cream fluffy within the potatoes. Some of it is going to deflate, but some of it is not. And the reason why we do this is that the potatoes will have more of a fluffy texture to them. Okay, so we're going to fold them in, coming from the bottom to the top. Keep turning our bowl and fold them in until the whipped cream is completely folded into our mashed potatoes. Now, once we're all done, we're going to transfer these over into a casserole dish. Now I'm beginning to smooth these out with a large spoon, not pressing down too hard because I don't want to deflate the rest of the whipped cream that's within the potatoes. Okay, so I'm just smoothing them out because I have a lot of mashed potatoes here and it's kind of like a mountain. And I want to lower that a bit because we will be adding more Parmesan cheese to the top. And by lowering it, it'll help to prevent any excess spillage of cheese from running over the top, and we want to keep as much cheese on top of it as possible. Shoot, that's one of the best parts of the casserole is the cheese. So we're going in with a real generous amount of the Parmesan cheese. Okay, we're going to load it up as much as we possibly can, not too much. We don't want to overdo it, but we do want to make sure that the top of the potatoes is fully covered with a generous amount of the Parmesan cheese. Now, you don't have to do this. I just decided to top it with some smoked paprika for a little bit of smoke flavor. Then we're going to add it into the oven at 425 degrees for 15 minutes or until it becomes brown. Make sure you check on it because it will burn. And this is what we have, people. Some delicious, fluffy Chantilly mashed potatoes. And the flavor of this is so good. It has a nice cheesy taste to it on the inside. That Parmesan cheese really sets it off, along with that fluffy texture that comes from that whipped cream we put in there. I have to tell you, these are some of the best mashed potatoes you have ever had. Serving up with the Salisbury steak recipe. Also, you can have it with my meatloaf recipe, or you can have with the salty, crispy, garlicky fried chicken recipe that's on my page. But no matter what you decide to serve it with, you're gonna love it, even if you eat them by themselves. Izzy Bites, thank you for coming by. Enjoy, and until the next time, peace.